What's up guys, welcome to the iOS 11 update guide, exclusively from me down here at Laddish Technology. So I'm going to be telling you today what devices you should and what devices you shouldn't update to iOS 11. Now this doesn't mean you have to take my advice, but this is personally how I'd do it. So starting with the iPhone 5S, I'd say straight away that the iPhone 5S is definitely a no. If you have an iPhone 5S and iOS 10, trust me, you'll be glad you left it there when iOS 11 comes out. Because iOS 11 does not run like a champion. iOS 10 didn't exactly run like a champion, and iOS 11 doesn't make that any better. In fact, it makes it worse. So, you don't want to do that. It's just a stupid idea. Going on to the iPhone 6. When it comes to the iPhone 6, that's a difficult one. The iPhone 6 runs iOS 11, but can be quite stuttery at times. To be honest, I would say the iPhone 6 would be safe to update if you didn't mind a little slowdown in performance and a little bit of lag, but nothing too major. Getting onto the 6 Plus, which pretty much has the same internals as the iPhone 6, again, up to you. It'll be worth it if you don't mind it slowing down a little bit. The iPhone 6S, 6S Plus and SE go without saying straight away that it will be safe to update. Those devices will be able to run iOS 11 without any problems at all. Getting onto the iPhone 7 and 7 Plus, of course they could have been with all the others. Go ahead and update them, it's going to be totally safe. Moving on to the iPod Touch 6th generation, this is a bit of a risky one. Although it has the A8 processor, just remember that the A8 processor in the iPod Touch 6th gen is underclocked to 1.1 GHz as opposed to 1.4, therefore it's working with less power, meaning that obviously it's just going to be hard to say how it's going to perform. It could be worth it, of course, but really I would hold off for a little while, just, watch a couple of videos on YouTube and just see how the iPod Touch 6th gen does, which is obviously the only iPod Touch to support iOS 11, so just hold off on that one and you should be alright. When it comes to the iPad Air, like the 5S, I'm going to have to say don't do it, because I've got an iPad Air right next to me which I've just updated back to iOS 11 Beta 10 so that I can install the GM, and trust me, I've been on and off of iOS 11 for the whole time it's been in beta really on that iPad because it's just too laggy really. So just, don't do it. Moving on to the iPad Air 2, do it. Go ahead and do that. I've been messing about with the iPad Air 2 on iOS 11. It's totally safe. It's totally quick and it really is worth doing. And obviously the new iPad 2017 9.7 inch version, again, do it. Totally safe. And all iPad Pros are also totally safe to update to iOS 11. When it comes to the iPad Mini 2 and 3, it's not worth doing that. Leave them on iOS 10, like with the iPhone 5S and iPad Air, as they're all sharing the A7 processor, so you're going to have a similar experience, and you're probably going to regret all of them. The iPad Mini 4, featuring the Apple A8 processor, is, well, I think, to be honest, the iPad Mini is coming to an end, but that's for another video, really. But that, again, with the iPhone 6 will be doable if you don't mind some slowdown, because as I've said, that features the A8 processor as well. So if you don't mind a bit of slowdown, go ahead and install iOS 11 on your iPad Mini 4. So that's the Laddish Technology iOS 11 update guide. Hopefully that helped. Just remember, iOS 11 will be the last update for the iPhone 5S before it becomes, should we just say, obsolete or outdated, however you want to put that. But yeah, that will be the last update for that. And just remember, keep away from it, to be honest, if you want your phone to be speedy. And yeah, so hopefully this update guide has helped. Like I said, you don't have to follow it, it's just some advice. Hopefully it's helped. Peace.